New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
New Thought Media Network presents A Grand Vision, a 30-minute exploration of the emergent vision of New Thought Media Network. Get ready to explore the grand vision.
And hello again, dear ones. Reverend Robert here, hanging out behind the banner. Hello again, dear ones. Reverend Robert here with you. Totally flubbing my opening there. What a great way to start a new program and to launch a new program here on New Thought Media Network. We're going to call this the pilot for sure. But if you're with us, thank you so much for being here. I am Reverend Robert Brzezinski, spiritual and creative director of this mighty ministry, and it is my great pleasure to launch this new program. This is called A Grand Vision, and the idea here is something that I've been working on and had a couple false starts with, but its intention is a way to communicate each and every week, and I'm going to be here every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, sharing with you the grand vision of what's emerging as New Thought Media Network. And many of you know this network, this ministry, this whole thing was born out of the visioning process in early 2020, before the pandemic came to America. I was in a 30-day visioning quest in the month of January. And while many of the aspects of this ministry were already in place as far as in the vision, I had been kind of catching a glimpse of it here and there, and pieces would show up, but nothing was working to manifest those pieces or bring all of them together. Now, the radio station was already up and running at this time, and that was the first piece of all of it. New Thought Radio. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, still great programming. I listen to it all the time. I encourage you. There's a play button on the website, ntmedia.org, and you hit the play button and just play and the station plays. You can do that on your phone too. I'm going to share a video on that next week. So here we are, 2020, and the vision starts to emerge. And it has continued to be an astounding process, an amazing experience of allowing that vision to emerge. And one of the first things that emerged was that this needed to be a global platform. This needed not to be a North American centric or just a North American platform. It needed to be a global platform. It needed to speak to a global audience. And that happened almost immediately. And that's part of why I chose this picture for the promo. That picture of me was taken in Switzerland at the Center for Spiritual Living Geneva's conference last year. So we started in 2020. By 2022, we actually were, New Thought Media Network was working with an international audience on an international stage. And how cool is that? 2 years from zero to serving in a global way. And we're going to continue to do that because one of the emerging pieces of this vision is Kenya 2023. And New Thought Media Network is working behind the scenes with the Centers for Spiritual Living Kenya. They're putting on their annual conference, and this year it's going to be a little bit different. And here is the point. We're not taking North American New Thought and overlaying it on what's happening in Kenya. We want to support the uprising of New Thought wherever it happens to be on the planet. And in Kenya, things are different. They say things differently. They look at things a little differently, and the technology and the infrastructure is different. So we're not supporting Kenya by going there to do anything. We want to support them by letting you know they exist, by helping to promote their events, and then offering insight, support, and whatever type of mentoring we might be able to offer so their conference goes really well. And we're going to go to Kenya. So if you'd like to join us on that, let me know. Give a shout out in the comments. Join the conversation. Let us know what it is that is in. Would you like to see that? Would you like to be a part of it? Would you like to go with us? Let us know. You can also send emails, of course, to our info@ntmedia.org. That'll come to me and a couple other folks. We'll make sure that we get a chance to look at your email on any of the topics we share about. So the idea is that if we are a global ministry, we're going to have to go where we're invited. And this year, we've been invited to a number of places, some really cool things that are happening in just a few weeks. And if this isn't on the website right now, it will be later tonight. In just a few weeks, we're going to be in Albuquerque, New Mexico, supporting the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. They're having a concert there with the amazing Ricky Byers. So if you're anywhere within an hour's drive or a couple hours drive of Albuquerque, join us for that. That's going to be on Saturday, the 29th of April at the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. Check them out. I think you can buy tickets actually already on their website. And I'll have the pleasure of doing the talk there at the Rio Grande Center on Sunday the 30th as well. So that'll be live streamed and broadcast. But we'd really love you to come catch the Ricky Byers concert. We're going to broadcast that here on New Thought Media Network as well. More details coming. Watch for that. And then, as I said, I'll be there on the 30th, that Sunday, presenting their Sunday morning talk. Another concert update and announcement we've got going on is Faith Rivera is one of our. I was asked in an interview recently how far west, which direction we reach, north, south, east, and west. And when I went west, I went to Hawaii and I went to Faith Rivera because she's a great friend, a fabulous guest when we can get her. And truthfully, the time zones make it's a big time jump from here to Hawaii. So it's not often that we get Faith to come to the mainland, and she's going to be here on the mainland in June at the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living. Big shout out to Reverend Cheryl and Reverend Stacy there. New Thought Media Network's going to be in support of that event as well. So we'll be there. If you'd like to come hang out with the New Thought Media Network crowd, join us for that. That's June 11th. That's a Sunday concert, actually. So something a little different, a Sunday evening concert, 6:30 on a Sunday night in beautiful Las Vegas in June. It's going to be a great time. Plan to join us for that. Other places we're being invited: International New Thought Alliance in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, from July 17th through the 19th, through the 20th. Sorry. No, through the 19th, 17th through the 19th. No, the 20th. Yes, the 20th. Sorry. The 17th through the 20th of July, International New Thought Alliance, their 109th Congress. Now, you can learn more about this by tuning in to tomorrow's episode of New Thought Today with myself and Reverend Elzia. Our special guest is going to be the president of the International New Thought Alliance, Reverend Dr. Tim Stewart will be with us for that. So check out that interview and we'll give you more details on the INTA conference as well. We're not done yet, though, folks. We're going to be at the ANTN, Affiliated New Thought Networks annual retreat this year as well. That's held at Unity Village, and that is October 2nd through 5th, 6th, October 2nd through 3rd through the 7th, 3rd through the 7th. Better start writing these numbers down. We're going to be at their conference as well. Now, both of those events are on our website. I know that for sure. Go to ntmedia.org, click on the attend button. There's a box that says attend, and that's it. Moving forward, that's where you're going to find all of our events, all the different events myself or others in the network will be attending or presenting at. A great way to stay in touch with the New Thought Media Network family and catch one of the events that we're going to be at. So really, really excited for how this year is shaping up. And hey, if you know somewhere we should be, let us know. Drop it in the chat box or send us an email. But we'd love to hear where you think we should be in the coming year and the coming years as far as retreats and events. And I'm going to break the news right now, folks. We are working on a humdinger mighty event we're going to put on a music festival. And now it's looking like this is going to happen in the early summer of 2025, but we're still kind of dancing around dates and locations and all this. But I want you to know about it first here. We want to bring together. Now, I have the big vision. I've got a big vision because I live here in Colorado. And there's this most amazing place in the world to make music. That's called Red Rocks. If you don't know of Red Rocks, let us introduce you. And I have this vision of having a New Thought Music Festival at Red Rocks, where we get together 10,000 of our closest friends, because that's what the arena holds. It's an outdoor venue. That's what the venue holds, is 10,000 people. And we fill that for a whole day of music by New Thought artists. But we can't get there just in one shot. And my vision is that we can get there by 2030, but we're going to have to do some things in between to get there. And the first one of those is having a New Thought Music Festival. We're looking at, I'd like to put 30 different artists together for a weekend of music, and have some workshops and good food and good people, and we're working on it all. I don't want to give away too many details because they're not set in stone yet, but I want you to know the vision is revealing itself. The more people I talk to, the more people like the idea. The more people I talk to, the more people are willing to lend a hand. So we're going to continue to let you know how this progresses. But again, we're looking at the first event to be in the early summer of 2025. So we've got a little ways to go on that one. All right, what else is happening around this plate? Oh, here's a big announcement. In the very, very near future, we will be launching our own social platform. Now, this is a place where we're going to be able to chat together, communicate together, uh, watch videos together, broadcast together, and learn together. It's going to the platform has its own educational arm where we're going to be able to offer classes, and we're going to be able to better tailor your experience of what we're doing here on New Thought Media Network. We know, and we have known for a while, that if you're watching us on Facebook, sometimes you get notified and sometimes you don't. And we also understand there's no way to let you choose which notifications you get. And so if you join us on Facebook, you get notified every time we plan to go live and every time we did go live. And sometimes you even get notified that we already went live and you missed it. And we think that's a little too much. So our new platform is going to allow you to customize what you get notified about and how often you get notified. All of our different programs will have individual spaces where you can chat and be connected with the people that are watching those programs, whether they're watching them live or on a rebroadcast. And yes, you'll have a much easier access to our rebroadcasts by being able to just jump into any program and scroll on down to find the most recent link to the broadcast. Now, we're still going to be available on Facebook. However, it's already difficult enough to find us on YouTube, and I don't see us putting all that much more effort into building a presence on YouTube. I think I know we can do a much better job of serving you, supporting you, our viewers and listeners, over on this new platform. So here's how it's working. I am opening the platform to presenters and producers and show hosts and the people that are already invested in making this network work, making this network real. We're opening that platform to those folks today. And if you fall into that category, send me a message and I'll get you a link. We don't want to let everybody in from the general public just yet, and mostly because there's still some polishing and some cleaning up to do. Much like any construction site, there's probably a few broken links, and I know there's some dust around, and I know there's some things that need to get polished and cleaned. And that's what we're going to do as a team. So producers, show hosts, those that are part of our regular guest rotation, they're all going to be seeing invites in your email, or just message me directly. We'll get you set up and started. Once that group of people is in the network and on the platform, then we're going to start letting everybody know across Facebook, across all of our social media channels, all the platforms we can, that we've got something new coming. A safe space where you can be you, where you can connect with like-minded spiritual individuals and not have to worry about commercials, spam, promoted posts, unwanted advances, and friends requests from people that aren't real. We want to make it up differently, folks, and we really would love to have you join us. So watch for that in probably about 2 weeks. If everything goes according to my schedule, I know it's the divine schedule, so I can't guarantee it, but if it goes according to my schedule, we'll be opening that to everybody in just a couple of weeks. And 1st of May at the absolute latest, we're going to have this available to the world, to everyone. And if any of what we're sharing is something that you would like to support or you'd like to help with, then again, let us know. Get in touch, drop us an email. I don't have that banner, so I'm going to put it up here real quick. Let us know. Join us at ntmedia.org. There it is. Send us an email. Let us know what it is that sparks in you, what it is that's calling you, what you'd like to see us create, what you'd like to be a part of creating. This vision, this grand vision for New Thought Media Network, there are no limits. There's no boundaries. And every week we come together on Monday mornings for our Monday morning visioning. Now that happens at 7 a.m. Mountain Time. I know it might be a little early for anyone to the west of me, but pretty prime time for a Monday morning spiritual practice for everyone to the east of me. And we'd love to have you join us on that, because one of the questions that we ask in that process is, what is the grand vision for New Thought Media Network? We ask that specifically, and I want to find my book. What did I do with my book from this morning? I wanted to find my notes from this morning, but I don't know where I put them. And what we see emerging is, this is the place where we get the ideas. This is the place where the vision reveals itself. And not just to me, but week after week, the people that are there, I ask them to share in the chat what came through in that question, the highest vision for New Thought Media Network. And each week, what people share back with us is right in alignment. Sometimes almost word for word in alignment as to what I'm experiencing. And if someone halfway across the planet is getting the same images and the same ideas and we know there's something there more than just my idea. It's not Robert's vision, it's the grand vision. So I would really invite you to join us for one of those, or check it out online as a rebroadcast. Head on over to the YouTube channel and look up Monday Morning Visioning and experience that. It's a 45-minute process. We do it every Monday morning at 7, and I promise you'll walk away uplifted and inspired, not only by the vision for your life, but also because of that feeling of contributing to the grand vision that's emerging here on New Thought Media Network. There's so much that's going on and so many opportunities in front of us. I do want to give a few shout outs to some new folks that are joining us, all the way from the Center for Spiritual Living in Jacksonville, Florida. Reverend Dr. Elizabeth Canty is going to be bringing forward a show on Mondays coming up real soon, on Thursdays. She's going to be doing that. We just finished up in getting that off the ground, and we're in pre-production on that. Reverend Weta Joy is going to be joining us from Delaware on Monday morning. She's got a new show coming forward as well called Pump Up the Volume. We're working on the pre-production for that. Reverend Dr. Brock Ford is bringing forward a program that's going to air on Thursday afternoons. He's going to be talking about diversity and equity. Great programming coming forward. And every time I turn around, there's a new project, a new idea that somebody's bringing forward. Hey, I thought about this. And what I want you to know is, we take all of the ideas that come our way and we take them into our spiritual practice. We take them into our prayer work and our meditation work. We take them, they become part of our consciousness. So when we're in the visioning process, oftentimes those ideas will become more clear through the visioning process to be with us. So it's really important, folks. For me, it's really important that you share your wisdom with us, that you share the divine ideal as it reveals itself through you. See, what we know is there's really one. There's one divine ideal, one grand vision for this thing called New Thought Media Network. It's happening. It's emerging day by day by day. And each and every day, a new conversation leads to a new expression of it. So we need your voices. We need your consciousness to be a part of this and help guide and direct, not as in a, oh, I got to have it this way, but as in being open to what wants to happen and being a channel, a vessel through which the divine reveals the emerging truth for this mighty ministry. I got to tell you, uh, last year was my 10-year anniversary as a minister. 2012 to 2022 was my 10-year anniversary. If you make it 10 years in this business, you're committed. You're in for life. That's a general belief. And what I've learned over the last 3 years, we've been at this 3 years now. I'm so excited. What I've learned over the last 3 years is there is nothing more exciting to me than supporting what is emerging here as New Thought Media Network. We are going places. We are breaking down the boundaries, not violently, just gently pushing the boundaries sometimes. But there's a new way of seeing how new thought emerges on the planet. And as I said earlier, wherever new thought pops up, we want to be there supporting it, regardless of any names or organizations. If you in any way consider yourself a minister or a practitioner or a follower or a believer or a demonstrator, if you are in any way called to leadership in the New Thought movement, we're here to support that. We're here to help you figure out what parts do I need, what's mine to do, where do I want to play, and then help you with the resources and tools to make that happen. Folks, there's a mighty, mighty experience in front of us all. What we have in front of us is absolutely uncharted territory, uncharted waters before us, because we're coming out of, well, the biggest pandemic ever known. We're coming out of some of the deepest divisions that the planet has seen ideologically, philosophically, politically, and even religiously. Everything is being transformed, from our churches to our schools, from our supermarkets to our airports. Now is the decade of absolute transformation. First time I've ever said that one. It's a decade of transformation, and we are in the midst of it. 2020 to 2030. Imagine 2030 selling out Red Rocks, 10,000 people boogie into New Thought music. Imagine where we're going to be, how many homes we're going to be reaching, how many countries we're going to be in, how many communities we can be supporting over the next 7 years. See, folks, we've just gotten started. We're barely pulling out of first gear. And what I know is there is room here for you as well. If you see yourself as a New Thought leader, we'd like to have a conversation with you. We'd like to find out how this ministry and the vision that's emerging here can support you. Whether that's technologically with a podcast or a video broadcast, whether that's just bouncing some ideas around, or maybe it's supporting you in offering some leadership training for your board or other group that you're working with. Maybe you need some ideas on how to produce an event. Maybe you just want to be a guest on some of our shows. We want to hear from you. info@ntmedia.org. Flood my email. Send the ideas. Because what I know is I know a divine ideal in the mind of one cannot be denied. And if what you have is a divine ideal, all you really need to do is speak it and start casting the vision of what is possible, and then allow people to rise up and support that. 10,000 people for Red Rocks by 2030. New Thought Music Festival, 4-day experience 2025. I can't give the dates yet because they're not final, but we've got the visions that are emerging. A unified community that is New Thought. And folks, it does happen. It's already happening. We're going to be at the Parliament of World Religions in August of this year, hanging out with the New Thought community. And the intention is to create a documentary about New Thought's involvement on a global stage as part of the Parliament of World Religions and part of this coming, thank you, Robin, decade of transformation. Our dear friend Robin Rice is here. Very exciting projects. Thanks for supporting, nurturing, and inviting us to play in the vision. This is the place to be in this decade of transformation. Thank you. Exactly. And if you don't know about Robin's program, her husband Gil and Robin do a show on Wednesday afternoons called Rockin' the Love. Robin's a longtime religious science practitioner. Gil is a longtime metaphysician and now minister of New Thought. He's actually leading the Center for Spiritual Living Rio Grande. We talked about that earlier and their upcoming concert. And I want you to know, Robin, I am incredibly honored that you have been able to see this vision and that you're on board with this vision, that you can see out what I see and recognize that together we're creating this. I get to be the one that stands out front and does the song and dance routine and invites everybody in the doors. But once you get in the doors, you get to experience amazing people like Robin and her husband Gil, like Lindsay Leimbach on Fridays and Zoda Muro on Thursdays, like Reverend Bill Marcioni and Carol Lawrence on Mondays. The list of people that are making this network happen is amazing, and it's just continuing to grow. And I'm going to get out of here by one more time saying we'd love for you to be a part of it. However, before I do go, I do want to say thank you to some of the organizations and some of the people that are already making this happen, that have already caught the vision, our financial donors and sponsors. And if you'd like to get your name on this list, if you'd like to get your organization highlighted on this network, then hey, hit us up, info@ntmedia.org. But before we go, we're going to say thank you. So don't run away. Stay with us. I'll be right back.
Please help us say thank you to our organizational sponsors and donors, including the Hefferland Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown Atlanta, New Thought Philadelphia, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, Center for Spiritual Living on the Lake, Unity Spiritual Center, Kitchener, Om Center for Spiritual Living, Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, Center for Spiritual Living, Seattle, and all of our individual donors and sponsors. Thank you for being a part of the New Thought Media Network. Please come be you.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, folks, for being with me here for the very first episode of A Grand Vision. I'll be back again next week on Monday at 4 o'clock, same time frame. Before I go, I do want to give out another shout out to our dear friend, practitioner Bonnie Gonzalez. She has a program here on the network as well. It's called Your Doula for Grief. It happens, it happened just a few hours ago, Mondays at 1 o'clock Mountain Time. So you go over to YouTube, check out the replay of today's show and watch for that in the future. And yes, 2025 is happening, 2024 is happening, and heck, we're only a quarter of the way through 2023. We've got a lot to go, folks, and it's a grand and glorious vision emerging before us. So I'm out of here for now. Thank you again for being with us. If you're just joining us, hang tight. This will start over in just a minute after I finish this broadcast. Until next time we see each other, I want to wish you peace and richest blessings. Bye now.